The way you are making your decisions in life is fundamentally wrong. Okay, well, maybe not wrong, but it could use some help. Choices are one of the biggest contributing factors to the state of the human condition. The choice of elected officials, job choice, choice in lover or partner, faith, social affiliation, you name it, and there's probably a choice involved at some point. And there's almost no way around it. Even you, watching this now, you saw this video, you chose to click on it, and you're still here. You've made countless choices, countless decisions, for better or worse, and that means something. It means that somewhere along the line, you made, however big or small, a judgment call. You drew your line in the stand and you stood there again, and every person alive, at some point or another, will have to. So what can we look at for a guide, so to speak, to set the bar for our, quote, decision making? Well, along with a few quotes and philosophies, today I want to explore the game that made me think about this concept in the first place. An indie game you may or may not have heard of, that was released mid-2025, about building an entire manor from scratch in an attempt to find a hidden room. I welcome you all to Blueprints. Hello everyone, new and old friends alike, and welcome to Game Philosophy, where we take a little too deep of a look at your favorite video games. I'm Evan, and this is my assistant Orav, and without any further ado, let's dive into Blueprints. Blueprints is an indie roguelike puzzle house builder mashup, mouthful I know, where we've inherited a mansion to find a secret room left by a late wealthy relative. And that means, by which we're supposed to do it, are left incredibly vague, but quickly reveal themselves through the game's main mechanic, doors. Now these doors function as the outlet for today's main topic, choice. Choice is built into every part of this game. From when you use an item, which room you choose, which route you choose, it's all choice. But it isn't the choice in itself that matters nearly as much as what drives us to make the choice, the influence of the choice. I've narrowed it down to 3 main points, and that brings us to our first one, resources. In Blueprints, you have 3 main resources, gems, keys, and most importantly, steps. All 3 of these can and absolutely will determine which room you choose to draft. And when you choose to backtrack, the route you've chosen is shown how much it matters entirely. You have to burn steps, gems, keys, all to go through these rooms and to choose your own route. Now, these 3 things can be related to the real world almost exactly. Gems are money, keys are opportunity, and steps, which is our most important resource in-game and in life, are time. Every time we make a choice in Blueprints, and in life, these are the most common factors or resources that weigh upon our choice. Now, there may often at times be other things that have impact, such as people, current living condition, job, but we'll get to all that soon. For the sake of the next segment, please think of these things in-game and real life as interchangeable. For the sake of me not repeating myself a million times, keys are opportunity, time, you get it. So whenever we arrive at a door, choice, remember? Don't freak out. Sometimes we have the gems in order to purchase a new room. But what if we don't? Maybe a couple rooms back we spent it on something stupid, like a pointless room, or took a gamble and lost, or whatever happened. Whatever is keeping those gems from your possession was in your control at some point, and now it isn't. You simply don't have them, and that's that. It's not hard to make decisions when you know what your values are, was once said by Roy Disney. And in game, our values can be relegated to goals of a sort. Why do you want to go this certain? Is there a certain room you're trying to get to? Or is there a puzzle you're trying to solve? And above all, why? Back to the real world, try these questions instead for your own decisions. Do your decisions interact with your values? Are the choices you're making in life in alignment with the person you want to become? Maybe in the game, you want to find a way to have consistent diamonds. Maybe in life, money is a core value for you. So you hold on to and save as much of it as you can. You invest into better rooms or index funds, stocks. Maybe it has nothing to do with money. Maybe it's interpersonal values. Personally, I'm a Christian man, so nearly all of the big life choices that I make align with that. Marriage, kids, my attitude towards those things, who wrong or maybe have wronged me, it's all based upon my values. So we have two. We have resources, your time, your opportunity, your money, and anything else you can consider a resource. And we have values, what you personally believe in and what draws you to these things. So the final fact you should consider is not exactly a resource or a value, but it's people, like we said earlier. Counsel. You need people who have lived longer and know more than you in order to consider them wise counsel. And wise counsel doesn't have to be living people either. Maybe you read philosophy to gain a better understanding of wisdom and appreciation for yourself, your life, those who have lived before you. Maybe it's your spirituality or your creed is some form of information that's pushing you forward. Or maybe some dork on the internet is trying to tell you about a video game which will change your mind. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 15, says, "Fools think their own way is right, but the wise listen to others." In blueprints, there's always a note, a letter, a puzzle that will advise you or give you a way to go in some way. You may have to take a few steps to find it, but from the very first day, there are letters. There is the advice to keep a notebook, which my younger brother and I both diligently did in this game. And pictures to give away secrets. This correlates to real life. You need to find people that you trust to guide you in the right direction. People who have your best interest at heart. We can't always see issues from another angle besides the one life confronts us with head on, but wise counsel always helps. A friend, a family member, anyone who you deem to be wise. Seek someone else's opinion. So Blueprints never hides the fact that it is an incredibly complicated game. It greets that fact head on, actually. But if we compare its gameplay to our own lives, we see that considering these three things, with most of our choices, will help us arrive to the most logical conclusion. If we're diligent with our resources, such as money and time, if we try to make more value-based opinions and outcomes and decisions, and if we simply aren't afraid to ask for help, we can make the decision that much better. Well, that's all I got for you guys today, so if you had fun or learned anything, consider liking and subscribing to the channel. I post about once a week and I'm very open to suggestions, and I'm really excited to keep doing this stuff. I enjoy it deeply, and I think you guys will too if you stick around. With that said, I'll see you guys in the next one.